Coach May, thank you for joining us today. You have the season opener upcoming this weekend. You've been able to get outside a little bit this week, kind of an abnormal situation from years past. What are you seeing from your team currently right now compared to your first season?
Right now we're seeing a lot of great leadership and a lot of intensity and drive. And it stems all the way through all of the classes from freshmen to seniors. We're seeing lots of energy, lots of hard work, and they're doing the extras that is needed to be done.
What are the extras for softball?
So, we're all allotted a certain amount of time that we're allowed to practice, but they're doing the extras that they need to work on. Each specific drill, hitting, pitching, everything. They're coming in on their own time when necessarily the coaching staff can't be with them. And, they're coaching themselves along with being great coaches as teammates.
Yeah, I think if you come into the gym at any time throughout the day, you'll see at least one softball player, and they're doing something extra.
Mm-hmm. Can you explain just a little bit what kind of the differences you see between maybe fall and winter conditioning is in practice and then moving into the intensity of being in season with practices?
Like just conditioning, or are you?
Like what kind of is the differences in the practices that you give them, and how quickly do you speed up the intensity from going from conditioning to in-season practice?
Okay, so off-season is obviously a lot of getting ourselves in shape and making sure that we're staying healthy through the season. Now that we're in season, you see a lot more of challenges, making sure that we're getting ready to compete. This is a highly competitive group of women that are ready to compete, and they compete every single day with each other. Something that we've really encouraged this year is character building. So we meet in classroom once a week and talk about things like that. We talk about competition, what it means to be a good teammate, and this team has proven that they can do every bit of that. You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think the competitiveness on this team is extremely high, and it comes to practice every day with every player. There's not one person that's like, oh my God, why are they so competitive all the time? Everybody's at that level of, I want to win, I want to be here, and I want to get better.
I feel like we've kept our girls doing the whole competing thing. We've done a lot of challenges, a lot of games, a lot of things that have just kept them on their toes, keeping them paired up against each other, especially in conditioning and stuff like that, to encourage them to fight against their other teammates.
Casey, how's practice been this week leading up to the season opener?
I think it's been great. I think that it's been awesome that we got a chance to get outside. Everybody wants to be on the softball field. Nobody wants to be stuck inside practicing. So I think especially for the girls, it'll be, great for our outfielders seeing fly balls, and great for our infielders actually taking balls off dirt to transition into that instead of just having to go straight into, our start of our season.
Sarah, how does the dynamic change going from practicing in the rec to being outside?
I guess just being out there, everybody's energy level is extremely high, and it is in the rec too, but I hear the outfield saying, oh my God, we get to take fly balls outside, they get excited about it, and the infield will say, man, it's been a while since I've taken a ground ball, but does it feel good? And same with us pitchers. And when people hit off us, we see where the ball actually goes and how it reacts. So,
how different is your practice schedule per week depending on which teams you'll be facing? And is it just mainly a general sort of things that you want to touch on each week? Or do you focus on specific elements depending on who you're going up against?
Sure. So after every weekend, we kind of do an evaluation. We do one after every game, things that we need to work on, things that we executed really well. Obviously, the things that we are executing very well, we want to maintain those. But the things that we need to tighten up, we definitely hit hard before going into the following weekend. I wouldn't say that we make any huge adjustments to our practice plans depending on who we face, just because we're pretty confident in the way that we're preparing right now. But to say that won't change later on down the road, it's a very possible thing that we could change. We could change those things, but right now we're just hitting off where strengths are and tightening up our little bit of weaknesses.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty consistent, and I think that's one thing that's made our team gets really anxious. A few people they get really excited and anxious, and with having a consistent practice schedule, and coach will send it out to us every day, so that calms people's nerves. And usually if there's anything on there that's out of the ordinary, it's usually a game, and it's something fun, you talked about, something competitive. So
And from a player standpoint, how much of that evaluation is done on a personal level as opposed to coming from the coaches?
I think a lot of it is personal. Our coaches, like, they start it for us. They say, hey, what do you think you did well? What do you think you need to improve on? But then we sit there and we evaluate, and sometimes we'll even like turn to a partner and we'll talk about like, this is what I think we did well, and this is what I think we need to improve on. So it kind of goes like personal, and then a partner, and then we'll talk as a team. So.
And that's something that this team has the ability to do, is because they're so tight as sisters and as teammates, is that they're able to have those honest conversations and not necessarily get their feelings hurt, because it's never personal. It's just, where can I grow as an athlete? And this team's done a really good job of thriving that.
Sarah, now it's time for your personality question. So if you were to sing a celebrity duet, what song would you sing, and who would you sing it with?
Oh, wow.
What's your karaoke go-to?
That's a tough one. I'm really bad with songs and who sings them. I'd probably say, I think it's Alicia Keys, This Girl's on Fire.
Can we get a little sneak peek?
No!
Coach, I'll sing with you, that's fine.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and good luck with your season opener.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.